Do you often find yourself procrastinating and struggling to complete tasks on time? This question is not unfamiliar to many of us. Procrastination, the act of delaying or postponing tasks, is a common phenomenon that affects a staggering number of individuals worldwide. Whether it's a work report due tomorrow, a home project that's been left half done, or a health goal that keeps getting pushed to the next day, we've all been there. However, the impact of procrastination stretches far beyond these unfinished tasks. It creates a ripple effect, hampering our productivity, affecting our mental health, and hindering our overall success. It's not just about ticking off items on a to-do list. It's about harnessing our potential and making the most of our time. Imagine a life where you're not constantly playing catch-up, where you're in control of your time and tasks. Sounds dreamy, doesn't it? If you find yourself nodding along, then this guide is just for you. To conquer procrastination, first, you need to understand it. Procrastination isn't simply an act of laziness or lack of discipline. It's a complex psychological behavior that is often driven by deep-seated fears and self-doubt. It's like an internal tug-of-war where one part of you wants to dive into the task while the other part resists. Let's delve deeper into this internal struggle. One of the main culprits behind procrastination is the fear of failure. This fear can be so overwhelming that it paralyzes you into inaction. You start to think, what if I can't do it? Or what if my work isn't good enough? And before you know it, you've talked yourself out of even starting. Then there's perfectionism, the relentless pursuit of flawlessness. While striving for excellence is a commendable trait, perfectionism can often lead to procrastination. You're so focused on making everything perfect that you become overwhelmed by the enormity of the task. The fear of making mistakes or not living up to your own high standards can stop you in your tracks. Lastly, there's the lack of motivation, which can stem from various sources. Perhaps the task at hand is tedious, or maybe the reward doesn't seem worth the effort. When motivation is low, the temptation to procrastinate increases. You might find yourself easily distracted, seeking out more enjoyable activities instead. It's also worth noting that procrastination can be a symptom of underlying issues such as stress, depression, or anxiety. These conditions can sap your energy and focus, making it even harder to tackle tasks. So, how do we begin to address procrastination? It starts with acknowledging these fears and self-doubts. Recognize them for what they are: mental barriers that are holding you back. By understanding the root cause of your procrastination, you can start to address it. Understanding the root cause of your procrastination is the first step towards overcoming it. Now, let's delve into some strategies to help you overcome procrastination. One of the most effective ways to tackle this habit is by breaking tasks down into smaller parts. Picture a mountain climber scaling a steep and imposing peak. The journey to the top seems impossible when viewed as a whole, but by focusing on each step, on each individual climb, the task becomes manageable, achievable. So it goes with your tasks. Don't let the enormity of a project overwhelm you. Instead, divide it into manageable bits. Each completed part is a victory, a step forward, a motivator to keep going. Now, let's look at another strategy, the Pomodoro technique. This method, named after a tomato-shaped kitchen timer, involves working for a set amount of time, typically 25 minutes, then taking a short break of 5 minutes. These intervals are known as Pomodoros. After completing 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. The Pomodoro technique is not only a great way to manage your time, but also helps reduce the anxiety associated with big projects. Just like a marathon runner, you don't sprint the entire distance. You pace yourself, take breathers, and then continue. Another strategy is setting realistic goals. Often we procrastinate because our goals seem too lofty, too far out of reach. It's like trying to leap across a wide chasm in a single bound. Instead, create a series of smaller, achievable goals. These are your stepping stones. Each one brings you closer to your ultimate goal, and with every step you take, you're building confidence, momentum, and a sense of accomplishment. Let's consider an example. If you're writing a book, don't aim to finish it in a month. That's a daunting task and can lead to procrastination. Instead, set a goal of writing a page or a paragraph each day. This approach makes the task manageable and reduces the likelihood of procrastination. Remember, overcoming procrastination is not a one-time event, it's a process, a journey. There will be times when you might slide back into old habits. That's perfectly normal. Don't beat yourself up over it. Instead, acknowledge the slip and then get back on track. Use these strategies as your guide, your compass. Incorporate them into your daily routine. Make them a part of your lifestyle. You might not notice a dramatic change overnight, but over time you'll see a significant improvement in your productivity and your ability to complete projects. You'll find that you're no longer a slave to procrastination, but its master. These strategies are simple yet effective ways to push through periods of slacking off and maintain focus. Maintaining focus and productivity is key to overcoming procrastination. Let's dive into some effective ways to do this. First and foremost, creating a conducive work environment is essential. This could mean decluttering your workspace or adorning it with items that stimulate your creativity. The idea is to create an environment that invites focus and encourages productivity. Some prefer a minimalist approach, while others thrive amidst an array of inspiring objects. So find what suits your style and make your workspace a haven of productivity. Next, let's talk about the importance of taking regular breaks. It may seem counterintuitive, but studies have shown that taking short, scheduled breaks can actually improve concentration and boost your productivity. This is the principle behind techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you work for a set time, say 25 minutes, and then take a 5-minute break. This cycle is repeated until the task is complete. It's like giving your brain a mini vacation, allowing it to return refreshed and ready to tackle the next task. Another effective strategy is using productivity tools. There are countless apps and software available that can help streamline your work process. Tools like Evernote for note-taking, Trello for project management, or Focus at Will for concentration-boosting music can all enhance your productivity. These tools can help you keep track of your tasks, set reminders, and even block distracting websites, essentially acting as your personal productivity assistant. In addition to these, practicing mindfulness can play a significant role in maintaining focus. Mindfulness helps you stay present and engaged in the task at hand, preventing your mind from wandering off to unproductive thoughts. It's about training your brain to focus on one thing at a time, which in turn can greatly enhance your productivity. Remember, maintaining focus is a continuous effort, not a one-time task. It involves constant refining, adjusting, and experimenting to find what works best for you. So don't be disheartened if you don't see immediate results. Keep trying different strategies, and eventually you'll find your own unique formula for focus and productivity. Overcoming procrastination is not an overnight process, but with consistent effort you can significantly improve your productivity. As we've journeyed through today's discussion, we've unlocked some key strategies to conquer this common foe. We started by understanding the nature of procrastination. It's not just about being lazy, it's a complex interaction of negative emotions, fear of failure, and lack of motivation. Recognizing these factors is the first step towards overcoming procrastination. Then, we delved into practical strategies to counter procrastination. We talked about breaking tasks into manageable parts, using the Pomodoro technique, and setting SMART goals. These are not just theoretical concepts, but practical tools you can implement in your daily life to boost productivity. Next, we discussed the importance of maintaining focus and productivity. We emphasized that it's not about working harder, but working smarter. Techniques like mindfulness, regular breaks, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance can go a long way in ensuring sustained productivity. So what's the key takeaway from today's discussion? Patience and consistency. Overcoming procrastination is a journey, not a sprint. You may stumble, you may fall, but the key is to get back up and keep moving forward. Remember, even the smallest step in the right direction can lead to significant change over time. But don't just take our word for it. Try these strategies for yourself. Notice the difference they make in your life. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're here to support you every step of the way. We hope you found this guide helpful. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Did these strategies work for you? Do you have any other tips to share? Your insight could be the spark that inspires someone else to take that first step towards overcoming procrastination. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to the Inspiration Lab for more inspiring content like this. We're dedicated to bringing you practical advice, insightful discussions, and inspirational stories to help you live a more productive and fulfilling life. Remember, every journey towards improvement begins with a single step.